the Pakistani Taliban has recently conducted an attack against a security community in Peshawar, particularly at a mosque, which killed some 100 Pakistani police officers. This is in the context of a dynamic between the Pakistan Taliban has direct relations with the Afghan Taliban, and the Afghan Taliban has been brokering negotiations with the Pakistan Taliban and the Pakistani government. These are broke down a year ago. Also, just over a year ago, one of the leaders of Pakistan Taliban was killed by the Pakistani state, leading to the Pakistani Taliban to increase its military actions against the Pakistani state, particularly directed at the security institutions and police institutions. This general situation points to two or three things. First of all, that leading global powers, including leading Western states, are meddling in the affairs of Pakistan and Afghanistan. And although they claim that the Taliban and other similar formations are somehow their strategic enemies, it's more complicated than that. If we look at the two leaders of Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden and al-Zawahiri, they were both killed in quite interesting circumstances. Osama bin Laden was a resident in a middle-class compound in Abbottabad in Pakistan, indicating that the Pakistani authorities knew very well where he was residing, and probably that the British and the US authorities also knew where he was residing until they decided in 2011 to eliminate him. The second leader of Al-Qaeda, Ayman Zawahiri, was resident in the diplomatic areas of Kabul until his own killing last year, which again points to the fact that most likely the Afghan, Pakistan and their senior Western and Middle Eastern allies all knew about the movements of Al-Qaeda leaders. When it comes to the politics of the Taliban, Thatcher and Reagan in the 80s led the development of the type of supremacist militias that use and abuse religion, that produce the type of politics and devastation of the Taliban and the movement that preceded them directly, which are the so-called Mujahideen. This all reflects the fact that people in the region, like people across the global south regions in general across the globe, lack the type of mass politics and mass political organizations that's conducive towards the unity of people and not their colonially defined divisions, and their aspirations going forward for a better life for themselves, their communities and their families.